Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Vande Guru Nisha Bhakta Nisha Nishavatarakan Tat Prakasham Satat Shakti Krishna Chaitanya Sangyakam Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gaudaye Pushpavanatau Chitrau Sandau Tamunudau Granthira Arambha Kori Mangalacharana Guru Vaishnava Bhagavan Tinira Smarana Hoya Vigana Vinashana Anayasa Sapal Nija Vanchita Purana Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Paschatadeshitarini Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you for joining. We are reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, chapter 8, entitled The Author Receives the Orders. Author here refers to Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. In the first few verses, we were reading how he is praying intensely to Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu and to other associates as well. And recently we read that how if someone worships Krishna but not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that person is considered demoniac. And vice versa, if someone worships Mahaprabhu but not Krishna, that also is demoniac. In short, they are the same. Jai Gaura Sai Krishna Sai Jagannath. And we read this famous verse also. Bahu janma kare yadi shravana kirtana tabunata tabunat Tabhutanapaya Krishna Pade Prema Dhana. If one is infested with the 10 offenses in chanting of Hare Krishna, Mahamantra, despite his endeavor to chant the holy name, for many births he will not get the love of Godhead. That is the ultimate goal of chanting. So now we move on to the next verse, text number 17. Jnanata sulabha muktir bhuktir yagyadi punyataha Sayam sadhana sahasrair hari bhakti sudurlabha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. By cultivating philosophical knowledge, one can understand his spiritual position and thus be liberated. And by performing sacrifices and pious activities, one can achieve sense gratification in a higher planetary system. But the devotional service of the Lord is so rare that even by executing hundreds and thousands of such sacrifices, one cannot obtain it. Purport. Prahlad Maharaj instructs, Materna Krishne Parata Swatova Mitho Vipadye Griha Vritana 7.5.30 Neshamatistvad Urukramangrim Sparshati anarthapagamo yad artha mahiyasam padarajobhishekam nishkinchananam nav vrinitayavat 7.5.32. These shlokas are to be discussed. Their purport is that one cannot obtain Krishna Bhakti or the devotional service of the Lord by official execution of the Vedic rituals, one has to approach a pure devotee. Narottam Das Thakur sings, Chariya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Paicha Keva, who has been elevated without rendering service to a pure Vaishnava. It is a statement of Prahlad Maharaj that unless one is able to accept the dust from the lotus feet of a pure Vaishnava, there is no possibility of achieving the platform of devotional service. That is the secret. The above mentioned Tantra Vachana, quoted from the Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu 1.1.36, is our perfect guidance in this connection. So this verse is from Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu 1.1.36. Jnanata Sulabha Muktir Bhuktir Yagyadi Punyatah. So by cultivation of knowledge, one can get liberation. Bhukti Yagyadi Punyatah. So by performing sacrifices, which are karma kanda, one can get bhukti or sense gratification or higher planets, which are also known for getting the fruits of one's karma. Seyam sadhana sahasrai. Seyam. Sayam. Sadhana sahasra. Execution of thousands of sacrifices. Hari Bhakti Sudurlabha. So in short, here we see that Mukti is Sulabha, but Bhakti is Sudurlabha. Isn't that amazing? In short, one can execute through jnana, through understanding, philosophical knowledge. Mukti is not so hard. But Hari Bhakti is very, very Sudurlabha. Very, very rare. Even by executing hundreds and thousands of such sacrifices, one cannot obtain it. Same was shared in the last verse also. One cannot, if one is Bahujanma Kori Yadi Shravana Kirtana, Tabu na paye Krishna Premadhana. This Shravan Kirtan se nahi hoga until one Shravan Kirtan or lot of yagyas, thousands of yagyas, it won't happen. And Prabhupada quotes these two verses. Matirna Krishne Parata Svatova. By one's own effort or others' effort. One who's attached to Adanta Gobhir, whose senses are uncontrolled, Vishtam Tamishram, Punash Charvita Charvananam. By uncontrolled senses, too much attached to materialistic life, make progress towards the hellish conditions and repeatedly showing the truth. In other words, Prabhupada quotes again Prahlad Maharaj, very important verses. Till one gets the dust of the lotus feet of a pure Vaishnava, one cannot be attached to the lotus feet of Krishna. Only by becoming Krishna conscious and taking shelter of the lotus feet of the devotee of the Lord, one can get free from material contamination. And Prabhupada is saying, okay, one should discuss these shlokas, which are basically rendering service. Rendering service. Not through jnana, not through knowledge, not through karma kanda, sacrifices, swaha, swaha. That's the essence. Any other thoughts, Anjali, you want to add?
No.
Okay, you want to read next verse?
Text 18. कृष्ण यदि छूटे भक्ति भुक्ति मुक्ति दिया कभू प्रेम भक्ति न दिन राखे न लुकैया. If a devotee wants liberation or material sense gratification from the Lord, Krishna immediately delivers it. But pure devotional service he keeps hidden. So, so devotional service is prized possession of Krishna and he rarely gives it to anyone.
Mhm.
It's like Krishna has to be available for his devotees. So he just makes it selective. Those who really want it, he gives. Otherwise, he keeps it hidden.
Mm.
Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you. Krishna won't give pure bhakti very easily. What about bhukti mukti? That he gives easy. Hmm. कृष्ण यदि छोटे भक्ति भुक्ति मुक्ति दिया कभू प्रेम भक्ति ना देना रखे ना लुकाया लुका छुपी. He hides Krishna bhakti. He gives only to very, very special souls. He takes test. Like even in the story of the fruit seller who came to was a simple Aborigine lady living outside Vrindavan in the forest area, tribal lady. She came, she wanted to really give some fruits to Krishna. And Krishna gave pearls, jewels, and it's mentioned that she threw away all those jewels. So Krishna does testing first. Some people get so attached to the jewels that then they miss the secret which Krishna has to give. Even the same thing we see in the story of Raghunath Goswami, or it was like Rupa Goswami, one of the Goswamis, sitting in Vrindavan, and someone said, "Hey, if you want the real priceless Chintamani, go to that Baba. That Baba has Chintamani jewel which can convert gold to iron, which can convert iron to gold." And he came, iron to gold, so precious. And Rupa Goswami or Sanatana Goswami, when they were asked, "Do you have that?" He said, "Yeah, it's in the trash bin. Go collect from there." Really? Why would someone keep such a precious thing in the trash? He found it. Chintamani, Joe. But then imagine we keep the trash, we don't mind if someone takes our trash, right? That means it's not important to us. That means we have something more important. We don't keep our phone in the trash. We don't keep our gold jewelry in the trash. That means we have quite important things, quite valuable things than that trash, the things inside the trash bin. So then this person realized that this person, if he's keeping this Chintamani stone in the trash, that means he has much, much, much more important thing, million times more important. And then he approached and asked, "What is that?" And then the Goswami, the Baba, gave him the unalloyed, the real Nama Chintamani Krishna. but it's our, alas, great unfortunate nature that I don't feel that taste and chanting the holy name. Another story I was hearing yesterday morning is when Radhanath Swami Maharaj was explaining about simple life, how simple life is so productive for Krishna consciousness. It was Jagannath Das Babaji in this very old age. Who was his servant? I'm forgetting. It was Babu, some Babu? His name, some Bihari, yeah, Bihari something. His name, Jagannath Das Babaji's servant who used to carry him. Bihari Lal or something, Babu Bihari. Anyways, name is not so critical. His servant was carrying him. So one rich person gave him 1 rupee coin to him, to Jagannath Das Babaji, servant. That, oh, you do, a lot of spiritual activities for, take this, use it. Jagannath Babaji, when they moved a little further, he asked, oh, Bihari Lal, did that rich merchant give you something? They had already come a few miles from that spot. And as Bihari Lal said, yes, he gave 1 rupee. He said, oh, that's why I'm feeling so much burden. He said, let's go back. And really? Like, imagine walking, like 4 or 5 miles they had come, like almost an hour. Then go back. Go back to that place. And he said, please take your 1 rupee back. This 1 rupee is so heavy, such a burden. Rupee basically means sense gratification. And so the point was, Das Babaji wanted to teach what kind of a big burden are you carrying? This was a little heavy class, but I was recently hearing about simple living. And indeed, it's very, very important and helps us to prioritize our bhakti. And often we all know that how wealth, knowledge, name, fame, adoration, scholarship, beauty, high birth, prestige, etc., often become an obstacle. And in this day and age, I think the main one is money and fame. They often become an obstacle, which become a burden. And Krishna is saying, I give those easily. Bhukti, Mukti. So Bhukti means sense gratification, which means money or fame. If someone wants that, I'll give that easily. But if someone wants prema bhakti, that I छुपा के रखते हैं भगवान. He likes to play hide and seek. It reminds me of another story, actually. One time, Narada Muni, who was very, very kind and compassionate towards everyone, the pure devotee wants everyone to come to him, to Krishna. So he asked Lord Vishnu, Krishna, I really want, people in this village are suffering. I want to bring the whole village to you. Will you accept him? Will you accept them? He said, my dear child, they may not be willing to come. He said, no, 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 I will convince them. And then they'll come. I said, really? If they come with you, I will accept them. Okay? Deal done. Radmuni. There were 1,000 people in that village. And everyone, Radmuni told, hey, you're going to Vishnu Loka, to Vaikuntha. You're suffering in this world. You're struggling with, job, mortgage, visa issues, H1, green card, health issues, family issues, neighbor issues, political issues, Adi Bhautik, Adi Devik, Adi Atmik, so many kleshas. It's not a real home. Let's go. Said, oh yeah, you're right. We are struggling. My job, my manager is so hard. He gives me so many projects. My wife, my children, they don't listen to me. My health is also not good. So many issues, my knee pain, my hip pain, my back pain. Yeah, it's not a great place. Okay, so somehow someone said my college homework, someone said relationship problems, someone said school homework. They all kind of agreed. We'll go. Okay, they moved on. And then there came a beautiful garden. And it says, this is, you can live here as long as you want. A nice hotel, nice garden, nice environment. Half of the people said, well, this looks like Vaikuntha to me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm fed up with my apartment rent and I can live here for free. Perfect. Ramuni said, well, this is nothing. Vaikuntha is so big, so nice. So why are you getting stuck up in this just a temporary nice hotel? They didn't want to listen. So majority got stuck. Next spot, it was even better. The palaces were made up of silver. Nice apsaras, wonderful cars, BMWs, Ferraris, everything. And says you can ride any car, you can go anywhere, no challenge, no difficulty, and amazing food. Eat whatever you want, how much ever quantity you want. People said, wow, I have never had this kind of arrangement ever in my life. 90% of the pending, they didn't move. A very tiny few people somehow still had little faith. They moved on to the next. And that, he said, it was even more pleasures. So, long story short, only one person who was a sincere soul, genuinely seeking Krishna Bhakti, was able to make it with Narad Muni. And that's exactly this verse is talking about. Maya is very strong. Maya is going to, and Krishna, through the agencies, will give Bhukti Mukti very easy. But Chaitanya Charitamrita also says that Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakalev Ashanta. कभी उससे शांति नहीं मिलती भुक्ति मुक्ति से कृष्ण भक्ति सदैव शांत असली शांति प्रेमा भक्ति से ही प्राप्त होती है वो भगवान छुपा के रखते हैं लुकाइया he hides So in short, one has to be perseverant and patient and not give up, like the determination of a Chataka bird. So as Radha Swaraj explained that Maya will give us allurements so that we can take something cheap, but the Chataka bird does not settle for anything less than the first drop of the pure water from the fresh rain clouds. Nothing but the pure goal. That is the determination like a Chataka bird. That is what we need. That is what is required. If we settle for Bhukti Mukti, we will miss the goal. We miss the goal. Even in the material circumstances, we see how it comes. Like, so someone has to, let's say, become a qualified doctor or engineer or anything, which needs advanced education. So cheap temptations are, they funnel the less sincere, like a funnel. So let's say a million people, no, just sharing some, maybe a mundane example, which also we all have seen funnels, right? This is, let's say 1 million people or kids, they graduate 10th standard. Do all of them pass 12th also from the same 1 million? What do you think? जो 10th pass किए, will all of them pass 12th also? No, many will not be able to graduate, right? We know that. So let's say half of them, 500K, right? They go to the 12th grad, 12th. Then undergrad. How many? A significantly less number, 100K of this. Why? Now the temptations have come. Hey, I can work in McDonald's even after 10th, even after 12th. I'm 15 years, I'm adult now. I can work. I can work in the grocery store. I can get $10, $12 an hour. Why should I study hard when I can start earning now? I'm not saying that's good or bad. Everyone may have situations, everyone may have different life. But the point is, the funneling happens. Chatai hoti rehti. 100K. Undergrad. They'll graduate. Then 10,000 of those maybe will go to the next level, the graduation. Maybe 1,000 of those, no. And finally, maybe you can, like 500. I'm just not going by the exact numbers, but only 500 will become doctors from this group, not all 1 million. Similarly, in the spiritual funnel, many people are pious, right? But to become a pure devotee, Bhavanam Janmanamante Gyanavan Man Prapadyanti Vasudeva Sarvamiti Sa Mahatma Sudurlabha. Some are looking for Bhukti Mukti. Most people, why they go to God? To get material desires, Bhukti Mukti. Sukha Sampati Ghar Aave Om Jai Jagat. Basically, get material desires. But very few are looking for Prema Bhakti. So out of millions, Bhavanam Janmanamante, Yanuvan Mam Prapadyate, Vasudeva Sarvamiti Samahatma Sudurlabha. That's exactly what's happening here. Any other thoughts, comments? Okay. Yes, Mataji, would like to read this next verse? Shama Karuna Mataji.
Yes, Mat. Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandat pranams, Mate. Prabhuji. All glories to Prabhupada. Rad. One second. Rajan Patir Gurur Alam Bhavatam Yadonam Daivam Priya Kulapati Kvachaking Karo Vaha Astva Evam Manga Bhagavan Bhajatam Mukundo Muktim Dadati Karhichit Smana Bhakti Yogam. Translation and purport by Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The great sage Shukadeva said, My dear Maharaj Parikshit, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is always ready to help you. He is your master, guru, God, and very dear friend, and also the head of your family. Yet sometimes he agrees to act as your servant or order carrier. You are greatly fortunate because this relationship is possible only by Bhakti Yoga. The Lord can give liberation mukti very easily, but He does not very easily give one bhakti yoga because by that process He is bound to the devotee. Purport. This passage is a quotation from Srimad Bhagavatam 5.6.18. While Sukadeva Goswami was describing the character of Rishabhadeva, he distinguished between bhakti yoga and liberation by reciting this verse. In relationship with the Yadus and Pandavas, the Lord acted sometimes as their master, sometimes as their advisor, sometimes as their friend, sometimes as the head of their family, and sometimes even as their servant. Krishna once had to carry out an order of Yudhishthira's by carrying a letter Yudhishthira had written to Duryodhana regarding peace negotiations. Similarly, he also became the chariot driver of Arjuna. This illustrates that in Bhakti Yoga there is a relationship established between the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the devotee. Such a relationship is established in the transcendental mellows known as Dhasya, Sakya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. If a devotee wants simple liberation, he gets it very easily from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As confirmed by Bilvamangala Thakura, Mukti, Swayam Mukti, Mukilitanjali Sevatyasman. For a devotee, Mukti is not very important because Mukti is always standing on his doorstep, waiting to serve him in some way. A devotee, therefore, must be attracted by the behavior of the inhabitants of Vrindavana who live in a relationship with Krishna. The land, water, cows, trees, and flowers serve Krishna in Shantarasa. His servants serve him in Dasyarasa, and his cowherd friends serve him in Sakyarasa. Similarly, the elder gopis and gopas serve Krishna as father and mother, uncle and other relatives, and the young gopis, the cowherd girls, serve Krishna in conjugal love. While executing devotional service, one must be naturally inclined to serve Krishna in one of these transcendental relationships. That is the actual success of life. For a devotee, to get liberation is not very difficult. Even one who is unable to establish a relationship with Krishna can achieve liberation by merging into the Brahman effulgence. This is called Sayujya Mukti. Vaishnavas never accept Sayujya Mukti, although sometimes they accept the other forms of liberation, namely Sarupya, Salokya, Samipya, and Shashti. A pure devotee, however, does not accept any kind of mukti. He wants only to serve Krishna in a transcendental relationship. This is the perfectional stage of spiritual life. Mayavadi philosophers decide to merge into the existence of the Brahman effulgence. Although this aspect of liberation is always neglected by devotees, Srila Prabodhananda Saraswati Thakura describes this kind of mukti, which is called Kaivalya, or becoming one with the Supreme, has said. Kaivalyam Narakhayate. Becoming one with the Supreme is as good as going to hell. Therefore, the ideal of Mayavadi's philosophy, becoming one with the Supreme, is hellish for a devotee. He never accepts it. Mayavadi philosophers do not know that even if they merge into the effulgence of the Supreme, this will not give them ultimate rest. An individual soul cannot live in the Brahman effulgence in a state of inactivity. After some time, he must decide to be active. However, since he is not aware of his relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore has no spiritual activity, he must come down for further activities in this material world. This is confirmed in Srimad Bhagavatam 10.2.32. Arhohya krichena param padam tataha patantiyado patantiyadho nadrtha yusmad angrahya. Because Mayavadi philosophers have no information regarding the transcendental service of the Lord, even after attaining liberation from material activities and merging into Brahman effulgence, they must come down again to this material world to open hospitals, schools, or perform similar philanthropic activities. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So, in this, I understood, Prabhuji, that Krishna only likes bhakti. He wants to be loved. So he is Rasaraja. So he wants to be as a friend or as a conjugal lover or as a cowherd bride or a Madhurya Rasa or Prem or Vatsalya Rasa. Like this, he wanted his devotees to be engaged in his this. But we are seeing, Prabhuji, that so many people, they wanted mukti, liberation immediately. So yes, they will give, Krishna is ready to give mukti, but we will not have that rasa in that, or that mellow there in Vaikunta. Vaikunta, of course, Vaikunta also is a nice place, but more than that, the activities or the actions which take place only it's in Goloka, where we can serve the Lord and be with the Lord and enjoy with Him, playing, singing, dancing, and serving Him. And in so many rasas, we can serve the Lord. So, in this aspect, Bhakti Yoga is very, very important. So, here in Bhagavatam, they are describing it that Kaivalya Mukti means, merging into the Brahman effulgence where there is no activity at all. So, go. They go there and again they have to come back to this material world to have some activities. So in this aspect, the devotees, they don't want any mukti, either sayujya, salokya, samipya, sashti or anything. They just want to be have bhakti and love the Lord immensely. So this is what I wanted to tell you, Prabhuji. And one more, the Lord is so merciful that though He is the Lord of Lords in all aspects, so He is not at all bothered about His power or anything. He is ready to do anything for His disciples. So he is becoming a charioteer to Arjuna. So where he is directing him in his legs, like go this way, that way. So he is not bothered about anything. See, because he loves his devotees. And when there was Rajasuya Yagna, so he took the menial service of cleaning, washing the feet of the people, or the kings or whoever were coming to the Rajasuya Yagna. That was his duty. So menial. And one more thing is he acted as a messenger to the Duryodhana's court, and where he was insulted so much. He was insulted. So many things he was being told by Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana. They insulted him in so much. In that aspect also, he was very quiet because he loves his bhaktas. For them, he can do whatever they want. So that is what I would like to tell you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. You can add more, Prabhuji.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much. The bhakti is very, very rare. And Krishna actually wants to give to his sincere devotees, but at the same time, it's not cheap because he wants to preserve it for the sincere ones. Patir, Rajan Pati Guru Alam Bhavatam Yadunam Devam Priya Kulapati. Kulapati is head of the family. Kwa cha kinkaro. Kinkaro means order carrier or servant, like you explained the example of the Parthasarthi, Arjuna, such a chariot driver. That's kinkara. So any role, he becomes the order carrier. He's our master, guru, friend, head of the family. The Lord can give mukti very easily, but he does not very easily give one bhakti yoga, because by that process he is bound to the devotee. He becomes the servant of the devotee.
I like this sentence, Prabhuji. Very nice. Yeah. He's Bhakta Vatsala. Bhakta Paradina, no, Prabhuji? Bhakta Paradina.
Paradhina. As he says, I can go to any extent for my devotee. I'm bound. Even he says in the Amrish Maharaj story, when Durvasa Muni goes and says, hey, please. He said, no, you have hurt my devotee. I'm bound. I'm sold to my devotees. I cannot help you with the Sudarshan Chakra. Go beg forgiveness from him. And then he was forgiven. He's bound to the devotee. This is the mutual reciprocal relationship. Maya Yashoda bound Krishna by ropes of love, and Krishna bound Mother Yashoda by, again, love. So they both bind each other by genuine, pure, selfless, unalloyed, ceaseless love. That is very, very rare between Krishna and his pure devotees. Arjuna became the servant of Krishna in so many ways, and Krishna became the servant of Arjuna. Any other examples you can think of?
Even the gopis, Prabhuji.
Yeah,
The
gopis at the
gopis. Oh
topmost.
my God, the topmost.
The gopis were willing to do anything for Krishna, and Krishna was willing to do anything for the gopis. Sudama had so much love for Krishna, and Krishna was washing the feet of Sudama. Prahlad Maharaj, Nrsimhadev, we're just recently seeing that movie again. How Nrsimhadev was protecting, how Lord Vishnu was protecting him in so many ways. And when Nrsimhadev was angry, Prahlad Maharaj pacified him. No one else could, right? So basically, he controlled Nrsimhadev, right? Can we say that? No one was able to control, even Lakshmi Devi, even Brahma, Shiva. No, we can't control him. But Prahlad controlled him.
Only Prahlad could please him, control him.
By the love,
Yes.
by the devotion, by the surrender. And Nrsimhadev was controlling Prahlad. How? Naisargiki Rati. Like the iron controls the magnet. When the iron is near the magnet, the iron is pulled. So basically it's pulled or controlled towards the magnet. Every movement of a devotee is controlled by the Lord, especially of a devotee. Actually for everyone, because it's without his direction, not even a blade of grass can move. But for his devotee, every movement of every word is controlled. Actually, Krishna speaks through their mouth of pure devotees. Krishna eats through the mouth of the pure devotees. Krishna visits through the mouth or through the, if pure devotees are visiting someone's house, actually it's as good as Krishna, actually more, even higher than Krishna visiting their house. So, in short, they have controlled Krishna. Tumhara hriday Govinda Vishram. Very nice verse, very, very deep purport, and so many wonderful Bhagavatam verses. Any closing thoughts, comments anyone has? Okay, we'll pause here. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Samved Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarobhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyayo cha, Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo